I tried reforming Orange and Lemons for the record twice.
With Makoy?
No, with the brothers.
Bakit hindi kasama si Makoy?
Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, finally live at Paco's Place. Big round of applause. Orange and Lemons. We got Clem, we got Jared, we got JM, Ace.
Hello.
So congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
And it's been a while since ulit tayo nakita-kita rito. 2007.
And
So, pag-usapan natin na lahat dahil pinag-usapan na rin natin na no holds barred tayo. Noong 2007, sinabi sa akin ng isang kaibigan ko na medyo kaya ni Makoy hindi na talaga nag-uusap noon, and it was really just let's just do the show, parang ganon.
we're fulfilling an obligation. So, kailangan we were disbanded during our tour, our first US tour. And kailangan lang talagang tapusin yung obligasyon. But we were able to finish that smoothly. But at that time, we're not okay. We're officially disbanded.
How sad is it na it's something that you guys started tapos magne-next chapter? Gaano kasakit ang next chapter?
Well, masakit siya eh. I mean, because if you know how to look back from where you started and kung ano yung mga dreams and aspirations namin as a band at as magkakababayan kami, and si Makoy classmate ko siya eh. So the history, there was so much history, and we were able to achieve something na mahirap gawin,
right,
as a provincial band, you know. And to see that crumbling down unnecessarily.
Yun yung word, no? Yeah. Unnecessarily.
Yeah. It was difficult, not only for us as band members, but also for all our music fans during that time.
And yung common friends nyo as well.
Not only common friends, family. Family. Oh, magkukumpare kami. Di ba? Magkukumpare kami.
Kumpare sarado.
Kumpare sarado, JM. Like kayong dalawa ni Ace. So, kasi silang dalawa muna and then you guys were brought in di ba? But nung sumikat ang ONL, it was the four of you already, di ba? When this was going down, paano conversation yung dalawa? Nung nararamdaman nyo na yung Makoy, Clem...
Mahirap maipit sa gitna. Kasi parehas mo naman din silang kasama eh. Kaya lang, wala tayong magagawa talaga. Siguro. Dahil dala rin yung kabataan namin nung time na yun. And syempre, burnout kami sa sobrang daming gigs.
Yeah.
Pagod. So, lahat di makapag-isip ng tama. So, nauwi sa di maganda talaga.
At saka, pag maraming gigs, normally, pagbago tayo, yung gratefulness nawawala sa utak natin yun. We think it's nasa atin na, it's ours already, di ba? So finally, after the US tour, which by the way is bittersweet dahil yung mga you mentioned a while ago, provincial band. Normally, pag provincial band, maka-Manila tayo, okay na eh.
Yeah.
And then isipin mo, nakapag-US tour kayo di ba? Only to go home na wala na kayong banda. Anong pakiramdam nyong dalawa?
Para bang hindi ka nga makapag-isip ng tama. Kung ano ba susunod, ano ba next sa amin? O sa banda, may plano bang mabuo pa? Kumbaga, sila na nga eh. Sila na mag-best friend yung nag-away eh.
Hindi nyo kinausap yung dalawa?
Ay, hindi. Pagka kakausapin mo, sa amin to. Kaya, silang dalawa. Sila na.
Yeah. Well, ang dynamics kasi namin as a band doon, sila Ace and JM, they were a little bit passive. Kumbaga, sa isang banda naman, may ganun eh.
Yeah.
There is someone na ride lang with the flow, di ba? Merong parang tumatay yung leader, unspoken leader.
Yes.
I was that guy. May dynamics kami, kumbaga lagi yung sinasabi. I was the main songwriter. And I was fine with that. May kanya-kanya kaming role. And yung mga ibang sulat ko, pinapakanta ko kay McCoy. Kasi ang tandem namin dalawa, what we're trying to show the public, is parang Lennon-McCartney partnership. So that's why kahit ako lang yung nagsulat ng song, it was tagged Castro Fondales. So, and then half of the song in each album, we take turns with vocal duties, and a lot of people don't know that. It so happen lang na yung mga hit songs, pinakanta ko kay McCoy.
Hey guys, just a bit of a commercial break. Did you know that more than 50% of you aren't subscribed to Paco's Place as of today? But if you guys are having fun watching our podcast episodes, can I encourage you to please hit the subscribe button? Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, hit that bell icon so the next time we post another episode, you guys are notified. And don't forget to comment on today's episode. Cheers. Now back to the program, Orange and Lemons. Let's go.
And no regrets. No regrets
No
yun.
regrets because it was designed that way.
Yeah.
As a creative director, that was my my decision.
Right.
Diba? I have no qualms with that. I mean, I'm fine being an introverted person that time, highly introverted. I'm fine. Hindi ako crooner or nasa limelight. I just want to rock out on stage, have my own world there, yeah, and deliver.
Right.
Deliver the songs, the quality of songwriting, the performance. So yun lang ako. I was I kind of think of myself as the glue to the whole band. Kumbaga ako yung nagbibigay ng direction. So yun nga lang, pag may isang hindi na pabor sa ganung klaseng dynamics, so masisira siya eh.
Yeah. Uso sa inyo yung yung botohan, democratic ba kayo? Like,
Dati hindi. Pero right now, ganun na.
okay.
Ngayon, unanimous kami.
Kailan mo nalaman na may crack in the armor?
Actually, para sa akin ang petty. Nung nagkaroon lang kami ng bull session eh.
Dapat nga productive ang bull session, di ba?
Exactly. So, those were the days na everyone was being busy dahil we had fame, we had money. Parang ang hirap na magtawag ng rehearsal. Yeah, everyone is busy. Aside from busy, we were busy gigging. Tapos medyo burnout na kami, sawa na kami sa isa't isa dahil parang for a month, imaginein mo, for the whole year. Sabi nga ni JM noong 2006, 2 weeks lang kami walang gig.
Galing.
The whole year. So, andun na talaga yung burnout, yung nagkakasawaan na kami sa isa't isa. We want to do other things. It just so happened na, yun nga, may change eh. Diba? As you grow old, as you experience fame, may mga changes na mangyayari. It affects us as a band. So, ayun. Kumbaga ako, I think nagsimula to nung medyo para sa akin nagiging unfair na yung relationship namin. So, yung third album ng Orange and Lemons, which is, feeling ko everyone was against it because hindi siya commercial album. Experimental siya na hindi gusto ng record company, hindi gusto ng management. They want us to pursue
what works.
Pinoy ako fame.
Diba?
Commercial route talaga. Commercial route. But because of that incident with Pinoy ako, na nagkaroon kami ng backlash.
Would you consider it a backlash or would you consider it a controversy lang?
It's a controversy.
Okay.
It was semi-planned. Yeah. So, we were reduced to na-judge kami kasi ang Orange and Lemons, you cannot pinpoint one song and define the whole band.
Correct.
Hindi eh. So, parang we were scrutinized because of these hit songs. Pero in essence, mas malalim yung banda. Mas malalim yung songwriting namin. You cannot define it with that hit song. So, yun nga nangyari.
Parang nangyari sa Extreme. With More Than Words. Na-define ng More Than Words.
Yeah, like Radiohead, they hate Creep.
Di ba?
So, parang ganun na nangyari. So, with this third album, I want to prove everyone na there's more to Orange and Lemons than what the public hears.
That was you being the chief songwriter.
Yes. As
You wearing that hat. Yeah.
Creatively. Kasi I think I'm a forward thinker.
Okay.
Hindi yung, although we strike while the iron is hot, but syempre you have to think, goal setter ako eh. Parang you think in advance.
Correct.
Kasi like yung first 3 albums namin as a band, yung original members, most of the songs, even in the 3rd album and 2nd album, they were already written before we released the first album. So planado yan. You plan that. Nasa shelf lang yan yung
Kundi
mga songs.
cramming ka.
Yes, hindi naman. Kasi naipon yun because it took us
Hindi,
7
yun na nga.
years.
Pag hindi mo sinulat yung mga songs ngayon at naghahabol ka, yari ka naman ngayon.
So, kumbaga, it was designed from our juvenile years na songwriting. Pakita natin yung growth.
So, sino pumalag?
Di ko masabi eh. Well, siguro, number 1, everyone wants to continue with the lifestyle, the fame, di ba? The business.
Yes.
Kasi it's music business. Para sa akin, kasi ako, I'm very clueless about the business side. I'm more of...
How ironic,
person. Oh, that time.
Okay.
That time.
So, kayong dalawa, nung sinasabi ni Clem na mag-eksperimento tayo, medyo non-commercial ang music natin.
Hindi, nagawa naman kasi yun talaga collaborative na yan.
Yeah.
Yung 3rd album was nabuo talaga yun in a rehearsal studio.
Ando pa rin si McCoy.
Oo naman.
So, okay pa kayong lahat
Nag-rehearse
nitong...
kami noon. Wala pa kami talagang alam sa magiging tunog o magiging sound ng Moonlane Gardens, yung 3rd album.
Gusto ko yung album na yun, ha?
Doon kami, experiment na. Palabas naman lahat na doon.
So, kayo naman dalawa, kailan nyo naramdaman na may lamat na sa banda?
3rd album na. Sa 3rd album.
After the creation or during the creation?
During the creation.
Paano? I'll start with you, Ace, dahil ikaw yung nasa likod eh.
Siguro unti-unti eh. Pero paano ba to? Sa studio. Sa Sonic State to eh.
Sino producer nung time na to?
Si Jonathan Ong, no?
Yeah.
Oh, si John, dito si John Ong, ha? Iba pa to kay John Ong. Okay.
Iba.
Jonathan Ong.
Pero kasi nung time na yun, lagi din kami lasing. Yung totoo. Yun siguro. Lasing sa kapagod.
So talagang living the life nga kayo.
Alam nangyari kasi sa amin, nag-record ang isa, tulugin 3. Gano'n na yung sistema. Dahil, sige, mauna ka Ace. Ako usually nauna.
Yeah.
Meron lang siyang guide.
And then wala ka nang gagawin pagkatapos.
Hindi, pero sasabihin niya, ganito gagawin mo. Meron siya sasabihin sa amin. Pero yung iba, iniiba ko na. Kasi yung mga natutunan ko, yung ginagawa ko.
Yes.
Yung pinapasok ko. Kasi in reality kasi di man ako drummer eh. Gitarista ako eh.
Really?
I think nag-start siya nung na-realize ko na okay, may publishing pala. Oo. So, yung first and second album was Castro Fondales.
So, nung time na na-realize mo na may publishing pala, naisip mo ba't naka-Castro Fondales ka?
Oo. So, nung third album, tinama ko lahat yung songwriting credits. So, pero, pinakita ko sa kanya yun, are you okay with this? Bago natin i-press. Diba? I think doon nag-start.
So, mas maraming Castro kesa sa Fondales.
Yes. So, I think parang, for me lang hindi ko alam kung ano. Siyempre, I cannot speak for the guy. Doon nag-start yun. And secondly, I was a perfectionist. So, I think kinakainisan ako madalas nung banda. Sometimes may pagka-asshole yung approach ko. Pero in my heart, I mean well because I'm not doing this for my
heart, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I was an asshole, but I'm not doing it for myself. Yeah.
Tama yan.
Hindi, totoo naman,
I'm doing
di ba?
it for the whole band. The branding, the imaging, the direction. Kasi pati yung isusuot namin, pinapakailaman ko eh.
Yeah.
Somehow, parang medyo napipis sila doon sa part na yon na lahat na lang pinapakailaman ko. Kumbaga, pero para sa akin kasi na-realize ko na yung marketing eh. Natututo na di ba? Unti-unti yung business side na naaaral mo na. So, ayun. And then because of that stigma of Pinoy ako, we want to prove na we are more than just Pinoy ako or whatever. So, binuo ko talaga yung Moonlane Gardens. I told the label manager sa Universal, pagbigyan nyo lang ako for this album. After this, Kung anong gusto nyo, gawin natin. Mahiling naman ako mag-compromise. Sinabi ko yon. I can clearly remember that. Yun nga lang.
Sino na in charge na nung Universal?
That was Miss Kathleen.
Kathleen na.
Si Kathleen na yun.
Si Ito hindi nakikialam sa inyo nung mga panahon na to?
Well, may mga
suggestions.
So, pero we were the last band to be signed by Belyatan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yan alam ko pa yun.
So, ayun, kay Ma'am Kathleen na nakikiusap din ako sa kanya na pagbigyan niyo ako. Pero na-validate yun, yung direction na yun, when we won Album of the Year sa NU Rock Awards posthumously.
Kasi wala na nga pala kayo.
Disbanded.
JM, nung time na nagiging mas vocal na, no pun intended, si Clem, ano naman ang, kasi rockstar lifestyle na kayo di ba?
Nung time na yun, ako pinakatahimik sa amin Wala lang ako, sabay sa Agos.
Di ba ako?
Hindi, ibig sabihin
Hindi, may voice ka pa nun
si
si
JM.
JM.
Talaga, totally. Lagi ako nakagitna. Kumbaga, bago nga kami madisband, ako yung nasa gitna nila nung nagtatalo na sila nung mangyayari yun Alam nila yun. Ako, yung dalawa, yung halimbawa, magsusuntukan na sila Nasa gitna ako
So, umabot ng ganon.
That was one time lang yung bull session.
Yun nga, yes na ka na
So, yung bull session, ang ending, hindi maganda.
Hindi maganda.
Kasi nga, pagod, puyat, lasing, sama-sama na Hindi maganda yung nangyari na nag-uusap pa lang gano'n. Pagka nasa kapasama pa.
Tapos, yung manager pa namin that time, si Bong Baluyot, siya yung mediator, yung manager namin. Kaya lang, he failed on keeping the band intact.
So, did he end up managing McCoy afterwards?
Yeah.
Kaya yun ang tanong ko. Normally, nothing against managers, pero when the manager fails to keep the band intact,
he will keep the book.
Kasi
I rest my case.
I think hirap din yung si Bong sa akin dahil yun nga,
matigas ang ulo mo.
I have an attitude, matigas ang ulo ko, I know what I want. So I just don't bend. Pag ayaw ko ng project, ayaw ko ng project. 'Di ba? So namimili na ako ng projects noon. So ayaw nila ng ganun. Kasi especially pag money making yung project. So kumbaga I was taking care of the name na.
Oo.
Kumbaga ang direction
long term goal-oriented
ko. We want to go abroad, international na. Yun na yung iniisip ko that time. Kaya lang they are still stuck to the kung ano yung formula.
Sino nag-isip magbanda? Ikaw o si McCoy?
High school bandmates kasi kami. Pero,
right, pero sino nag-isip na we're more than just a high school band? Sino yun?
Well, syempre
was it you? Or
I wasn't a singer back then. I'm more of a songwriter. Okay. So ako talaga yung instigator. Kumbaga, syempre I needed a team. So kami talaga ni McCoy yung tandem ng time na yon. And later on, pumasok si JM tsaka si Ace. Ayun.
So kailan kayo officially nag-disband? 2007?
2007. Bago tayo lumipad.
August tayo dito na di ba?
Oo.
September, wala na kami. Pag-uwi namin, wala na.
Ang mas official pala pag-uwi namin. Para nagpirmahan na kami.
So anong dynamics nyo sa Amerika nung nandito kayo?
Sino ka ba?
Naniwalay siya.
Huyu!
Siya lang ang huyu. So kayo tatlo magkakasama.
So discriminated ako nun.
Kumbaga kasama niya yung road manager namin.
So bakit iniwanan nyo si Clem? Nabibwisit din kay Clem nung time na yun?
I think so.
Lahat naman. Sabi nga, meron akong pagising ko, shit, gig na naman. Kasama ko na naman tong... Pwede ba magmura?
Yeah po, pwede.
Kasama ko naman itong mga putang inang to.
Pero nakakatuwa, no? It's nice that all three of you are able to talk about it.
Yeah.
Di ba?
It's past na naman.
Yun na nga. Jared, 2007, anong ginagawa mo?
Wala. Tulog.
Pero nagbabanda ka, nagki-keyboards ka na nun.
Yeah. I was working in a call center noon.
So, how did you come... Okay, so nabalita mo, you knew about Orange and Lemons.
Yeah, they were my friends way back 2006 or 2005 because they're Bong Baluyot.
One management.
May
banda sila dati, The Space Flower Show.
I used to have a band, a ska band before.
Okay.
Yeah, so I knew them na.
Pero did you ever dream of being popular or famous one day?
Oo, naman.
Oo naman.
Bakit?
Magkakaila pa eh. Oo, naisip ko pa. Siyempre. Sabi nga ng nanay niya, walang pera sa banda.
Yeah naman. Pero I wasn't expecting na ganito. I mean, like with Orange and Lemons. I was thinking about like a different band na from scratch. You know, from scratch to fame or something. Pero I wasn't expecting Orange and Lemons.
So okay, so nung nag-disband ng Orange and Lemon, since magkakaibigan kayo, sino unang tinawagan mo?
No, actually,
Wala naman kami, hindi kami ganun ka-ano. Hindi kami
ganun ka-close eh.
So kilala mo lang sila?
Kilala ko lang sila. Actually, Ace was actually my friend sa Facebook. Silang dalawa hindi. So I can see na nagbabarko kasi ako before eh.
Okay.
2009 until 2012, nagbabarko ako. Nakikita ko nagda-like si Ace
Sa mga
sa
video mo?
post ko nung nagbabarko ako.
As keyboardista?
No. I was a seafarer na
Talasiman ka talaga?
janitor ako ng barko noon.
Wow. Okay.
Tapos 2012 when I came home, the call center na ako dire-diretso.
So music was never a profession?
Well, no, wasn't talaga.
The heck?
Oo. Yeah, although I was playing professionally, I was being paid professionally as a pianist way back 2001 or 2020. Tapos nagsiset ako paminsan-minsan sa mga bands. I had a band in Baguio. Kasi I'm from Baguio.
Okay, which part of Baguio?
Actually, Benguet.
Benguet. Okay.
So I had a band there. We play every Fridays and Saturdays in a bar. I get paid there.
Okay.
That's it. Yun lang talagang pangarap.
Okay, so when you were a seafarer, were you married, single?
I was single during my first contract.
Okay,
I had a girlfriend.
okay.
Second time I went home, I got married.
So, wala sa plano nyo ng girlfriend mo at sa asawa na magbabanda ka na...
Wala. Although my wife was asking me, ba't tayo mo magbanda? Kasi I had a keyboard in the house. I just played there lang by myself.
Be careful what you wish for, eh, no?
I was, nasabayan ko yung mga kanta. Gandun lang ako. Sabi ng wife ko, nakakaawa naman to. Parang natulotopak na. Kasi sa bahay lang. Ayun, yun lang. Tapos fast forward, 2017, kwento ko na kung paano nakasama. Fast forward, 2018. 2018, right? May nag-message sa akin, a friend from Canada. Friend from Canada pa. Sabi sa akin, may sinend siyang parang, what you call, screenshot.
Yes. Hahanap sila?
Sa Orange and Lemon. So they were looking for a keyboardist. So sabi ko, uy, okay to Sabi ko, try mo. Siyempre first, yung nakita ko yung post, yung message na yun, I asked my wife first. Sabi
Good!
Ko, is it...
Good, Yeah. That's a good move.
sabi ko sa kanya, B, is it okay lang ba? I'll try this out sa ONL. Total, I know them naman.
Yeah.
Sabi niya, why don't you try it?
I know them, I know of them. Magkaiba yun, ha?
I know them.
Personally.
No, I know of them.
Of them,
parang
okay,
ganun.
okay.
Acquaintance lang pala.
Okay.
Kasi ang tawag ko sa mga to, kuya eh.
Okay.
Before kuya ang tawag ko sa mga, tsaka mga suplado mga
Yun na nga.
sobrang makakausap talaga, sobrang pagod din.
Kasi kaya ako nililinaw yun. If you know them, ang dali magsabi na, guys, mag-audition ako. If you know of them, may may reservation ka pa na...
Tapos nakakatawa pa, kasi di ba sabi nila doon, send an application letter. What I sent was a resume. Music resume.
Wow.
With my picture, na nakakurbata.
Biodata.
With all of my accomplishments in music, ha.
Wow.
Tapos after...
Sino una nakakita sa inyong tatlo?
Si Clem.
Claire.
Ikaw? Oy.
Sa email, magkakasama kami sa sasakyan nun eh. I saw an email. Uy, may nag-send ng resume.
Pang-una ba siya? Hindi.
Actually, siya yung...
Siya lang yung ano.
Pang-ilan pa si Jared. Baka maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
So, nakita ko, kilala ko to tapos, sinearch ko siya sa yung page mo. Ni-stalk kita. Tinignan ko kung
Ang itsura ko.
yung mga, I'm sure may mga videos ka, nagki-keyboards ka. So, pinakinggan ko lahat yun, bro.
Talaga?
Oo, pinakinggan ko. Tapos pinag-uusapan namin.
Sabi ni Clem, pwede na.
Pwede na to. Yeah. Saka, mukhang matangkad to eh. So, syempre, yung height, di ba? Importante yun eh. So, ayun. I called him. Hindi pa siya maniwala na ako yung tumatawag. Minura pa ako on the phone.
Seryoso yun, Jared?
Yeah, kasi prior to his phone call kasi, I was talking to a friend from Baguio na kaboses niya. So I thought, ginagago lang ako ng friend ko. So sabi ko,
Hello, this is Clem Caso.
Hello, this is Clem Caso. Putang ina mo, wali. Tangin mo.
Tangin mo, huwag mo ako pagtripan.
Oo, mga pagtripan, ha?
So, nung nahimasmasa ka, alam mo totoo na,
Oo, totoo na. Parang nagano na ako, oh shit talaga.
call center ka pa nito.
Kasi ako na
Sablay eh.
Sablay,
So, ano sabi mo sa wife mo?
Sabi ko sa wife ko, well, syempre, kinuwento ko yung nangyari. Tapos, nung nag-usap kami ni Clem na, punta ka dito sa date na to, usap tayo. Yun, sinabi ko sa wife ko. Tapos,
Where were you based? Baguio pa rin o Manila na?
Quezon City.
Quezon City.
So, nung nalaman ng wife ko, yun, talagang pinupush niya talaga ako.
Okay, so nung nakilala mo yung magkapatid, nagsisi ka or...
Hindi, kasi si JM, when I went to 70s Bistro, yung meetup namin, actually, hindi ako kinausap ni Clem eh. Lasing na eh. Pinapunta ako doon, wala na nangyari.
Pinapuntan niya, hindi niya nakausap.
Oo, ito ang kausap ko.
Nakausap.
Okay.
Nag-fish ako dito, bro. Okay na.
By the way guys, si JM puyat dahil sila rin magkausap kagabi.
Oo, alas 4.
Okay, go. So tapos kayong dalawa nag-uusap.
Usap kami ganun. So sasabi ko kay pre, kakausapin ba ako ni Clem? Ako, antayin mo lang. Hanggang sa wala na talaga. As in, kasi kasagsagan pa ng reformation pa nila yun. 2018, 2017 reform. Pero ang daming tao sa Bistro. Hindi ko mahagilap to. So sabi ko, uwi na lang ako. Baka mamaya, tatawag naman yan. So, true enough, tumawag. Siguro mga after 3 days ata. Sabi niya, ito bro, aralin mo tong song. Ito yung nakakatawa. Aralin mo tong mga songs na to. Siyempre, Heaven Knows.
Heaven Knows, yeah.
Meet tayo sa ganito, studio, rehearse tayo on this day. Ako naman, siyempre, I didn't know how Orange and Lemons would sound with the keyboards. They didn't even give me a hint, like, dapat tunog indie ka, dapat tunog ganito ka.
Right.
Ocean Blue style, mga tipong ganun. So, sinipra ko siya as is like piano, ballad thing. So, nag-rehearse kami, nakita kami. Yung mga songs naging South Border, guys.
Nagkatingin na agad kami.
Oh my God, sabi ko, embarrassing talagang.
Actually, you know what, ano yung, hindi ko alam yung title pero lagi ko pinakikinggan eh. Titinan ko Ikaw na yata, basta may keyboard.
Ikaw ang aking tahanan.
Hindi, yakapin natin ng gabi.
Yakapin natin ng gabi.
Oo, yung kanina.
Gusto ko yun. Kaninong linya yung keyboards na ikaw na talaga yun? So nung Clem, ikaw nagsulat?
Yes.
So nung nilagay niya yung keyboard, ikaw siya, linya niya eh. So nung nilabas niya yung linya, ano reaction mo?
May pre-prod naman kami. Kumbaga, Jared, this is your time to shine. Design na siya. In my head, nung sinusulat ko yung song, may naisip na akong mga pegs. So, binigay ko sa kanya yung pegs. So, I want it to sound like this. So, bahala ka na. So, ayun, he did.
So, nung binigay mo yung peg, nung nakita mo yung deliverable niya, natuwa ka?
Oh, of course. And then, on the side then, I give him some directions. So, pero he was able to deliver it well. Na ang ganda ng arrangement.
Ganda!
Arrangement namin lagi.
Maganda. Kayong dalawa nung dumating si Jared, anong difference ng having 2 guitars, now isang gitara, isang keyboard?
Actually, kasi sa mga kanta naman ng Owen, meron talagang keyboards.
Pero ito yung tipong, alam mong...
So ngayon, mas solid yung tunog.
Yeah, I agree.
Sa live.
Ngayon may...
Dati rhythm lang naman eh.
Right. Ngayon may full-time keyboard player kayo.
Kasi at least
yes.
Mas madaling mag-experiment on sound kasi meron na kaming keyboardist. I'm not a MIDI player eh. So I don't play keyboards. I know how to play a little, pero iba talaga pag may keyboardist talaga na aral.
New Wave Roots, hindi kayo babalik?
New Wave?
May keyboardista na kayo eh.
Maybe
lagi ko siya kinukulit.
somewhere down the line.
Diba? Kasi parang...
Nahimiss ko na kasi.
At saka, maliban, like ako, proud ako kay JJ Buencamino, nandyan si Rico Blanco, Jared's a good keyboard player. Bihira, iba yung keyboardista sa pianista eh.
Yeah.
He can play keyboards and he can play piano.
Yeah.
Iba yun eh.
Versatile si
Yeah, may
Jared.
texture, may piano. May mga iba na magaling mag-piano, medyo mahina sa texture. Diba? May mga ganun eh. So, dahil fast forward lang ni Jared kanina, babalikan kita. You mentioned na Pinoy ako became a blessing and a curse eh.
Yes, it is.
Why do you think you had to prove something when there was really nothing to prove? In my opinion, what did you have to prove?
Well, siguro ambition na rin din. I mean, I have to prove na, yun nga, katulad niyan, Pinoy Ako, I didn't write that song. It was a commercial project. I will never write something like Pinoy Ako.
Naging controversial because of chandeliers and all that,
Yes,
di ba?
even lyricism, that's not my style. Di ba? It's not us per se.
Pero, okay. Pero yung ginawa nyo as a band only proved na pag binigyan kayo ng something commercial, kaya nyo i-deliver.
We can
Yun
deliver.
yun eh.
Yes.
We can deliver. Mas madali yun actually than being...
Sample. Bigyan mo sample.
Mas madaling gumawa ng commercial. For me,
you bring it my best, di ba?
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then,
Especially if I work with the concept, I can do that. Diba? I can do that. It's easy. Kung gusto mong gumawa ako ng something like na Four of Spades ang datingan, kung ano man ang trend ngayon, madali para sa akin yun as a songwriter. But I won't do that because that's not me. So I won't put out something na hindi ako. Diba? Parang against my identity.
so kumbaga, authenticity ang labanan ngayon.
Yes. It's something, parang ganito. Ayokong 10 years from now or 20 years from now and when I look back in this project, mapapakringe ako. Yes. I want na 20 years from now, when I look back, I'm still proud of what I did, personally.
Kumbaga, hindi mo binenta yung sarili mo sa lugar na yun.
Not only for me, but for the whole band. Kasi tangay lahat yan eh.
Do you guys still sing the song? Ako, yung banda ko, yung Playback Jukebox, kinakanta namin yan eh. Kayo,
Ngayon,
The crowd sings
dati hindi.
the song.
Dati hindi. Pinapakanta ka namin yan. Tinutugtog na namin siguro part of the song. Pero syempre, you can't dumating na ako sa point, I cannot escape this. So,
tanggapin mo na lang.
better
diba?
do this. I mean, even Rico Blanco did a version of it. So, why not? Diba?
Di ba, parang sabi ko, people were hating on it.
Mm-hmm.
Ako nung naintindihan ko yung kung saan pupunta yung song, tinanggap ko na lang eh. And then parang you guys were blessed to actually have had the opportunity to perform it and make it your own eh, para sa akin eh.
And experience the whole brouhaha.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience. So, yun yung hindi rin mababayaran yun eh. Kasi it's part of the learning. It became a curse because it led to the dissolution of the band somehow because of my aspirations na medyo selfish. I think I was selfish back then.
Yun talaga yun. No.
Yeah. I was. But, gano'n naman talaga ang dynamics ng band eh. I mean,
There's someone na mag-lead talaga.
meron talaga eh.
Totoo. Hindi kasi ngayon, ako personally not about me, pero kwento ko sa inyo kanina, I'm in my selfish phase right now eh, di ba? Kumbaga, wala mo nang intro voice ngayon. Kumbaga, gagawin ko muna yung gusto kong gawin. Parang ganyan. And so, you did the whole, may pseudonym Clementine, may sarili ka mga project.
Oo, nung third album yun, sinimulan ko na yung mononym na
Mononym,
Clementine.
okay.
Parang Sting, Madonna. Yeah.
Anong iniisip niyo nung time na nagkakaroon na ng Clementine na?
Okay lang. Wala nang, nung kasing time na yun, kami naman banda din.
So, nagkanya-kanya talaga kayong lahat, ha?
Okay kasi noon, time na yun.
Kami tatlo naman kayo magkasama Kenyo. Yung band na.
Nung na-disband, nagtayo sila ng Kenyo. Ako, I formed the Camera Walls. And to further learn about the business side, I formed my own label. I think I was the first artist-owned record company in the Philippines.
And you know what? Thank you for doing that. Dahil because of you doing that, nagtayo rin ako ng label. And I'm just giving you props dahil dun sa ginawa mong yun. So ngayon, you were doing your thing. They were doing their thing. He was clueless. Si Jared was clueless.
I was just sleeping the whole time.
Sino? Okay, kayo munang dalawa. Ano nangyari sa inyo ni Makoy?
Yun, nasa kami ng major label pa rin. Nasa Universal pa rin kami.
Swerte ng Universal?
Hindi ko talaga gusto yung sound din namin noong time na yun.
Pero hindi ka pa rin nagsalita nung kayong tatlo na lang o nagsalita?
Hindi na. Kasi it was, parang the labels, kung ano yung direction na gusto.
So yung pinaglalaban ni Clem, nalamon kayo nun. Tama? Kasi si Clem ang pumapalag na pwede ba wag pupunta rin ng ONL?
Pero kami, as a band, kami nalang ako yun, nag-uusap. Sabi ko sa kanya, ganito ba magiging sound natin? Kasi di tayo ganito eh. Di tayo pang ganito eh. Kaya lang, yun yan. Wala tayong magagawa.
Yun yung gusto ng label.
So,
Yung first album namin kasi doon, parang ano tawag din?
Covers.
Mga 80s,
Covers
mga 80s
siya,
covers. lalagyan namin ng ibang music.
spin, oo. Yeah.
Kaya yung second album yun, proud ako para sa Kenyo nun. Kasi it's all original talaga. Ayun din, collaborative din yan.
Okay, so second album ng Kenyo was what year?
2009.
2009, no?
Oo, 2009.
2009. Dahil nag-reunite ang ONL ng 2018 eh. Di ba? So, may 9 years later, between 2009, second album ng Kenyo, hanggang
First
2018.
nag-gig pa rin naman.
Okay.
Parang nagigig kami noon. Nakarating pa kami US, Kenya, nakarating ng US, nakarating kami ng Korea,
Aha.
nakarating kami ng Taiwan.
Hindi nyo kinakausap si Clem ng mga panahon na yun.
Wala communication nun.
Time na yun.
Minsan nagkikita sa gig.
Sa bus.
Oh, nakita kami si Jem, nakita kami sa isang gig. Nag-CR siya, nag-CR din ako.
Sabay.
Tinapik ko siya sa balikat. Ganun
Isipin mo para kayong magkakapatid, pero umabot kayo sa estrangement na hindi kayo nag-uusap.
Oo.
Masakit yun, pero wala tayong magagawa. Ayun. Learning ng banda yun.
So, sino ang bumigay at kailan at papaano?
Si Clem ang bumigay. Joke lang.
Si Clem ang bumigay. Ay, bigay yun
Like I said, I was in a growing phase.
Okay.
Kumbaga, yung years na wala ang Orange and Lemons, yun yung tuition fee ko sa music business.
Right.
'Di ba? So, meron
Bayad
akong
ka
banda,
ngayon.
Camera Walls, na i-release ko siya independently. It was successful. We were nominated as Best New Artist sa Rock Awards. And then I was able to release another EP, Camera Walls. Then I was busy developing artists sa Lily Stars. And then nagka-problema uli ako sa members ng Camera Walls. It's hard to keep a band.
Of course.
Yeah? Kasi we're not a working band eh. More of a hobbyist.
Yeah.
Kasi we can't really sustain what Orange and Lemon is. And I was stubborn to not sing Orange and Lemon songs. I wasn't saying
Dumadaan tayo sa... yeah.
Sila, kinakanta nila mga Orange and Lemons, kahit Kenyo sila. Camera was totally wala. Oo. And
Purist, ha?
medyo purist ako noon. Kumbaga, I want to prove that I don't need this name to make
Right.
it in the in the music industry. So it was a statement. And I have developed a sound of my own. I was able to sing. I was able to develop my vocal as a frontman myself. So
Oo nga, self-development. Kasi nga pala,
Self-development siya.
gitarista ka sa ONL.
Oo.
Yeah.
So ayun, until na magka-problema ko sa Camera Walls, I embark on a solo project naman, which is Dragonfly Collector.
Okay.
So another experience na valuable experience for me, working with different musicians na sessionists, ayan. So mas lumawak yung pangunawa ko sa business, sa music industry. So lahat yan nag-add up. Then I started learning about the publishing. Binawi ko yung publishing sa Universal Records.
Buti naisip mong gawin yun.
Yeah. So, down the line, naisip ko yun. So 15 years eh. After 15 years, I asked the publisher, I want it back. So doon nag-start yun. Nung nakuha ko na yung publishing, I tried reforming Orange and Lemons for the record twice.
With Makoy.
No. With the brothers.
Bakit hindi kasama si Makoy?
I cannot work with McCoy with the image that he presented with Kenyo and his solo whatever. Sobrang contrast na.
Hindi ba pwedeng pagdating sa ONL, may certain look ang ONL?
No, I don't want to work with someone who sings Hello, Knife, and Boulevard as a medley.
Okay.
Kasi masisira yung pagka-purist ko
Okay. So may
that
ganun.
time. Oo. So parang ang...
So niligawan mo yung magkapatid?
Kumbaga ang bakyana eh.
Okay.
No, for the lack of better term. So, I don't want to work with someone like that. So, nung niligawan ko yung magkapatid, hindi ko alam kung the first time might be 2016. 2015 siguro.
Sino una mong kinausap sa kanilang dalawa? O group text?
Hindi, wala kaming contact eh.
Ooh.
Yung nag-fail yung first attempt, nakalimutan ko na how it went. Pero yung second attempt ko, I went for Ace's wife.
Good work.
So siya yung kinausap ko, si Louie.
Paano pitch?
The pitch is parang project lang. I want to
That's the yung reason talaga. Project lang siya talaga.
Project lang. Kasi medyo may alam na ako sa business side eh. So, si Toti Dalmatian kasi,
Uy, shout out Toti Dalmatian. Yeah.
shelf niya yung album ng first album ng Orange and Lemons. So, hindi niya minonetize. And ako, I want to monetize it. And kinausap ko siya, why don't you release it? Blah, 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 and all that. Yeah. So, parang hindi siya interested to release it.
Kanya yung masters.
Sa kanya yung masters eh. Oh, so medyo negosyante na rin ako that time. I want to earn from that those songs. At kinakanta ko na rin yung Orange and Lemons live that time. Even solo.
Tinanggap mo na.
Why, I told myself, why are you so stupid?
Oh,
diba?
DNA mo yun eh.
Those are your songs.
Yes.
Why don't you sing it? Diba?
Yes,
And make money from it.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
So, I began to become a realist. Eh. So yun. And so, ang naging proposal ko was to re-record the first album. So, we were the first band.
That your contract afforded you to do, ha?
Yes.
Kasi, di ba yung mga banda ngayon, which, by the way, we have to educate them dahil yung mga kontrata nila, bawal.
Hindi naman si Terno Recordings is indie. So, wala kaming clause.
Hindi, pero yung mga major, yung mga nasa sign up, tingnan nyo yung mga kontrata ninyo dahil yung mga iba dyan din nila pwede.
Yes. Ang 5 years is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero yung 10 years or in perpetuity, that's,
oh my God.
That's not allowed even in the US now.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, nire-record mo.
Nire-record na. Before that, ayun, nagkaroon kami ng meeting.
Project lang.
Kita-kita kami first time. Wow, it was awkward. Saan tayo uminom kami sa isang kubo-kubuhan.
And kayo pa ni na Makoy nung time na to, di ba?
Buo pa kayo nun.
Mga salawahang kayo.
Behind.
Hindi, pero kasi we're not gigging na. 6 months na.
6 months na
Hindi, kasi 6 months, parang basta mahabang story.
Bakit? Podcast nyo to, episode.
Pumasok na kasi si Makoy sa GMA.
Tinatanong namin siya like, kailan tayo gig. Tapos wala siyang masabing definite.
Nag-writer na siya, no? Yeah. Okay.
So parang may mga pumapasok na gigs, pero lagi kaming
turn down niya.
Parang hindi pwede. Bakit hindi pwede? Pwede naman kaming 4. Kami sa banda eh.
By fate talaga, no? FATE.
Siguro, yun nga.
So, nung sinabi siya ni Louie na, tumawag sa akin si Clem, anong reaction mo nun?
Hesitant pa ako nun. Sobrang hesitant pa ako.
Like, hindi mo pa siya kinausap at all, pareho?
Wala kaming contact.
Okay.
We're not friends.
So,
tapos, yun yan, nag-meet kami. Yun lang aantayin ko. Sa kanya. Sabihin niya, mag-sorry siya sa mga ginawa niya dati. Okay na ako dun.
Nag-sorry ka?
Hindi ko maalala.
Sorry ka.
Hindi ko maalala.
Kasi hindi wala tayo ngayon dito.
Yeah.
Pasensya ka na, asshole ako noon.
Hindi na naalala, sorry siya.
Di pala.
Record eh.
Di pala. Hindi, sabihin.
Pero masyadong one-sided. Masyadong one-sided.
Okay,
Sorry
go.
ba kayo?
Alam mo na rin, sorry din.
Hindi, ganun na.
Bata tayo nun eh.
Yeah, we apologize to each other whatever transpired during that moment, and then we went to business.
Okay, so ang pitch mo naman sa kanila is project lang.
Re-recording of Love in the Land of Rubber Shoes and Dirty Ice Cream.
Ito yung 15th year.
15th anniversary re-recordings. But humirit si JM. Ano yung sabi mo, pre?
Bakit hindi pa tayo
Ang sinabi ko,
Pucha, kinikilabutan ako, ha?
Disband na yung kayo nyo. Ba't ka ako di pa tayo tumugtog? Ganon din ka ako eh.
Kasi nag-disband na rin.
Dinisband na yung kayo nyo eh.
Hindi pa disbanded nun yung meeting na yun. Hindi pa. Hindi pa.
Pangalawa nga. So, sabihin niya kasi nga, nung sabi mga re-recording lang, wala pa talaga totally nung
wala kaming planong mag-gig.
Wala.
Re-recording.
Kumbaga, labas na natin yung album. And then, thank you very much.
Re-record lang natin. Re-record natin. Tapos yun nga.
Tapos after nung talk na yun na, nag-disband na si Kenyo. Yun na, doon na pumasok si JM. Why not? Ba't di tayo mag-gig?
Yeah.
Kasi wala nang Kenyo. Tinanggal na eh.
Kumbaga, yung page namin na Kenyo.
Dinisolve ni Makoy.
Hindi sinasabi sa amin. Hindi kami kinausap personally.
Sakit naman nun.
Bigla na lang niya, wala na. Wala na communication. Bigla na lang hindi na kami kinausap.
So nung sinabi ni JM, ba't nila tayo tumugtog? Anong reaction mo?
Sige, game ako dyan. I mean, even better. Diba? I wasn't expecting that, pero lahat tayo kinakalawang on that end. Kasi si Ace, gitarista na siya eh.
Gitarista na ulit.
So, ako, ang tagal kong acoustic, hindi ko tinutugtog ng lead yung mga catalog namin for 10 years. So, it took us a while to gel uli.
Grabe, ano?
Galing ka na sa States nun, ha?
Galing ako.
Nakagawa ka na ng isang kanta nun, ha?
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa ba nagagawa
Hindi
yung
pa.
Lovers Love?
Paalis pa lang ako going to the
Paalis
US.
pala. Oo nga pala. Tama.
Oo. So, pumayag sila. Tapos, we drafted a contract. Oo. And then, ayun. Nag-evolve yung contract to point na naging business na siya.
And then ang maganda,
Orange and Lemons kasi is not just a band now.
it's a business.
It's a brand.
Company. Ang maganda rin is, kayong dalawa can talk to him straight without walking on eggshells anymore.
Ganun na kami ngayon.
Wala na. We became good friends again after
Kumbaga,
a
wala
while.
nang pataasan ng ihi dito. Pare-parehas na lang tayo.
And not every band is given second chances.
Yun.
Di ba?
Yun yung thankful, yung grateful.
Di ba, Ace, pinag-usapan natin, napanood mo yung Eraserheads na movie, di ba? Nakakayak yung dulo nun, ha?
Yeah, so,
Nung makikita mo na for the first time in decades, ngayon lang sila naging magkakaibigan talaga. As in real friends. So, is it safe to say, ngayon kayo nagkaroon talaga ng organic, solid relationship wherein...
Yeah, mas
sabi nga, tag dun, for good.
Oo.
Oo, long term na talaga to. I mean, ewan ko, hindi ko maalala kung kailan kami nag-aaway talaga itong version na to. Hindi kami nag-aaway. Kumbaga, open kami sa isa't isa. Yeah, and ako, yung expectations ko, hindi na I lowered my expectations on a lot of things. On people, on production.
Less stressful, no?
Oo, kumbaga, chill lang. Chill lang. Oh. So wala nang major qualms on mga pettiness. Wala na lahat 'yan.
Yeah.
Oo, kumbaga, bigay na lang natin pare-pareho yung what we can give.
So, sinong bunso nyo? Si Jared?
Yes.
This is Jared. Oh.
Proud to say, but I'm being bullied all the time.
Bunso, ganda na.
The term, ano yun lang yun? Actions of endearment.
Pero bullying yun.
pero ikaw, Jared, did you have to quit work?
I did. Yes, I had to. Kasi before, when I started with them, I was still, kailan ba ako nag-resign? Parang,
Ito lang.
last year lang.
Last year,
Yeah.
December.
8 years na ako with them. So, yeah. Mabait yung mga boss ko kasi.
Okay.
They know. And one of my boss kasi is a fan also.
So, nung nalaman nila na natanggap ka sa ONL,
ONL. Oh, very supportive sila. So, there was a time pa nga na we went to Canada for a tour.
Sarap ng buhay niya.
Sabi ko sa kanya, sir, punta ako sa Canada. May tour kami. Sige, okay lang.
Isang buwan na wala.
Isang buwan ako nawala.
syempre, TL mo, tuwan-tuwa sa'yo, di ba? Proud na proud sa'yo.
Oo naman, syempre. Ayun.
Diba? CSR ko yan.
Oo. Pero yun nga lang, yung sacrifices din, na hindi ko makakalimutan yun. Yung papasok ko ng early morning, after recording, siguro 2 oras lang yung pahinga ko, tapos papasok ako sa work. Tapos yun, magdamag yun.
So, what did your wife say nung finally it became real na, when the Canada gig came, itong US show na to, yung mga ganyan?
Living the life eh. Sabi niya, you're lucky eh. Parang, dapat, you have to treasure that kasi it's your passion eh. Kumbaga yan ang love na love mong gawin. So, kailangan.
Ano pa sasabihin ng misis niya? Pucha, he's earning more. Diba? I mean, equal sharing kami.
Equal sharing, we were talking about that, right?
Equal sharing kami. Tapos, si Jared, para makuha niya yung equal share, he had to buy out into the business. Buy in.
Tama naman eh.
Yes. Equity yan eh.
Right?
That's, may equity yan.
Let's talk about that because we were talking a while ago na I told you Intra Voice equal sharing, di ba? Pero kaya ako nag-aano ngayon is because parang hindi pantay yung equity tapos yung dividend pantay, di ba? So explain to our audience the importance of buying in.
Well, like any other business, pag pinag-uusapan may equity eh. Kaming tatlo kasi may history na yan. Kumbaga there's a name.
Binuild nyo yung brand yan.
Na-build na yung brand. So, if there's someone, a new partner coming in, kailangan magbigay siya ng at least a little payola or equity. Oo.
Payola.
Kasi kumbaga may kailangan kang ma-meet na monetary amount bago pantay-pantay yung dividendo mo.
Tsaka to prove that you are serious in entering the band. So, dumating sa point na yun, na-achieve niya. Ayun, equal sharing na kami. We have to amend our SEC papers.
Yeah.
So, he's he's an official member now by Equity or by
Galing, Jared.
so ganun kami. May bylaws kami. And bukod sa bylaws, may band agreement kami. Meron na kaming legacy contract.
Which means, para kayong journey. Halimbawa, isa sa inyo napalitan na tumutugtog ang ONL.
May bylaws yan.
Kumikita pa rin kayo ng royalties dahil kayong apat ang may-ari ng
Yes.
Galing.
Ano yan? Planado na yan until we all go somewhere peaceful.
Peaceful.
JM, ikaw naman, what did your wife say? Kasi tapos na Kenyo. 6 months walang tugtog. Tapos ikaw nag-call out na, ba't nila tayo tumugtog lahat-lahat? Nung finally tumutuloy na ang ONL.
Kasi nung time na yun,
Singapore.
sa Singapore yung misis ko nun. Kumbaga 3 years na siya nandun. Tapos ako yung nasa bahay. Pero kay Kenyo pa rin kaya madalang nga gig, di ba?
Yeah.
Kumbaga, medyo maliit pa anak ko nun eh.
Yun, may plans ka na magpunta
Oo, hindi. Ganito. Ang kwento nun, nung nagpunta kami, nagbakasyon lang kami pamilya, Singapore. Kasi EP yung asawa ko yun.
Okay,
Pas
okay.
siya, EP
Yeah.
siya. Pwede na ako mag-work. Kumbaga, kinuha na kami. Sabi sa akin ng misis ko, maiwan ka na dito. Yung mga bata na lang, magtrabaho ka na dito.
Right.
Tapos kasi yung boss niya, parang merong parang 7-Eleven na kinukuha na ako mag-manage. Tapos sabi nga nito, pre, uwi ka, usap ulit tayo. Ayun na nag-usap tayo sa Manila na yung cafe.
So, umuwi ka?
Oo, umuwi ako. Doon ko na sinabi nga na nung dinisba ng anima ko yung kasi wala na eh. Kumbaga, ang plano ko magtrabaho na ako abroad eh. Nung time na yun eh. Kumbaga, doon ako mag-i-stay yung pamilya ko, doon na rin mag-aaral yung mga bata. Tapos biglang nagbago. Nung pumayag siya na, tuloy na yung gig.
No, tuloy na.
Sabi ko, gig na tayo. Biglang nag-agree siya. Nagdalawang isip na ako. Ito yung gusto ko, banda, hindi magtrabaho sa abroad.
So ano conversation yun ng misis mo?
Ayun, alam naman niya, love na love ko yung banda eh. Kasi nung unang version pa lang, tinago ko sa kanya yung Orange and Lemons. Nagtatrabaho ako sa factory nun. Ang nangyari dyan, nagtatrabaho ako, sinasabay ko nagbabanda kami. Tumatakas ako sa trabaho. Para makagig lang kami. Tapos babalik ako ng alas 4 madaling araw para mag-check. Ay
Time out.
Grabe, nagawa ko yun. Tapos dumating sa point na out of town na kami. Wala na akong choice kundi i-quit yung trabaho kasi magdududa na sa akin yung nakasama ko. Sumisweldo to ng pagkalaki-laki, lagi namang wala.
So, yeah, ganun talaga eh. If you want to be a full-time musician, kailangan, you have to quit
everything.
If you want to make it
Kumbaga,
professionally, yun lang talaga ang focus mo. Banda lang talaga. So, especially if you want to be a recording artist. Iba naman yung working band na
sa may session.
Gigging as covers. O iba naman yung session. Kasi kami, yun talaga goal. We want to make it in the music business and earn from our original songs. So, ganun din. And kung hindi sila pumayag na
Oo nga, alam mo, yun ang next question ko. Yeah.
Kung hindi sila pumayag, mayroon akong pending na application sa Papua New Guinea as a label guy. Nag-apply ako.
So aside from owning Lily Star, nag-apply ka pa para maging label guy?
It's a big label in Papua New Guinea.
So work siya, work.
It's a work. It's like, malaki yung sweldo, di ba? Kumbaga, my job is to digitize the whole catalog and prepare it for ingestion sa digital service providers. Nakaabang yun. And nung umuo sila, nag-decline na ako kasi pupunta yung boss para i-meet ako sa Manila So, dinecline ko rin yung opportunity na yun.
Totoo, no? Everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
No?
Sobra.
Diba? Like yung kinikwento mo na tinawagan ka ni Rico at the right time.
Oh, yeah.
Diba? Rico is Rico Blanco. Yung kinikwento mo, JM. Maganda yung kwento mo So, si Jobert Jobert is Jobert Boyd Camino of Intro Voice. Binili niya,
Binili ko yung bass niya.
Pareho, isa lang.
Hindi, isa lang muna. Kasi wala rin akong budget nun
Anong bass ang binili mo? Yung jazz? Precision.
bass.
Na item?
Hindi, yung Sunburst na...
Sunburst.
Yun yung...
Ano yung bad name yan? Badass?
Badass.
Yun ba yung ginamit mo sa first album?
Yeah.
Yun ang ginamit namin sa, I think, first and second album ng Intro Voice.
Treasure
may history.
Back to the roots at saka balik. Kasi sa third, sa Light to Heaven, yung Yamaha na pink. Di ba nagkaroon ng 5-string na Yamaha na pink? Yun. So nasa iyo pala yun.
Yan yung gamit-gamit ko nung kaputukan namin. Yung bass na yun.
So,
Grabe, ano?
mahal na yung bass na yan kasi ang daming...
Ang dami ng hit songs nun.
Oo, ang daming napag-recordan eh. Diba? Dalawa pa owners.
Bakit mo hindi sasabing fate ako? Di naman ako drummer eh.
Oo.
I'm not a drummer.
No, guitarist.
So, when by necessity, you had to play the drums.
Paano ba? Ganito. Kasi nagkasama, may banda sila. Orange and Lemons na nun.
Oh, second gen na sila technical.
Yes.
Tapos kami may band nun. Nagkasama kami sa isang bar sa Bulacan. Tapos sabi ko nung marinig ko itong mga to, sabi, puta, galing. Tapos original compositions. Sayang naman itong banda na to.
Bakit sayang?
Kasi magaling eh, sabi ko.
Oh.
Nagagandaan ako sa mga compositions. Tapos,
Sayang na hindi ka kasali sa banda na yun o
Hindi naman,
sayang
no?
na
Kung
inactive kami nun.
o kung hindi matutuloy.
Okay,
Kasi
okay.
bigla sila nawala eh.
Inactive kami
Sabi ko,
noon.
pero naging magkakaibigan na kami. Kumbaga, kakilala, nalaman ko na rin yung bahay niya. So sabi ko doon sa barkada ko,
Stalker ka.
sabi ko, puntahan natin, dalawin natin.
Aha.
Pumunta kami, pinapasok kami nito. Tapos yun nga, nakwento niya na inactive sila. Tapos pinarinig niya sa akin yung hanggang kailan.
Oy, gusto ko yun.
Sabi ko, ganda niya na. Kaya lang ikaw, wala kaming drummer eh. Sabi niya ganun.
Oh, I was
Tapos-
that time ginagawa ko yung hanggang kailan sa finale.
Oo.
Tapos sabi nung kasama ko, sabi niya, drummer ba ka? Walang problema yan, may kilala ako. So umuwi kami dalawa. After nun, umuwi kami. Sabi ko sa jeep pa yan. Sabi ko, sino kilala mong drummer? Sino ba di ikaw? Sabi ko, gago ka ba? Hindi naman ako drummer. Basta ikaw magiging drummer nila.
Oo, galing.
Yun ang mangyayari.
Kaya lang, wala na.
Oh, may drums ka
May
kasi
drums
sa bahay.
Kasi binili ako ng AirPods ko ng drum set eh. Kasi, ito pa nakakatawa dati. Natutuwa siya sa amin dahil, natuto kayong mag-music ha. Kasi siya pala tinuturuan ng lolo ko.
Hindi natututo.
Hindi siya natututo. So, ginagawa niya din para hindi na siya turuan kasi naiinis siya, tinuturuan siya, binabasag niya yung gitara pag wala yung lolo ko. Basag na, hindi siya So, nagulat siya sa amin na kami yung nahilig sa music.
Right.
Binili niya kami ng gamit. Tapos
Ang
later
galing.
on, nung nakikita niya, lagi lang may tumutugtog, gano'n.
Bat of the Buds.
Nagagalit naman. Sabi niya, walang pera sa music. Bebenta ko na yung mga gamit na. Yun ang sabi niya.
So, nung sinabi ng kaibigan mo na ikaw ang magda-drums,
Nag-practice ako.
galing, no?
Yun lang, ganun lang.
Tapos nag-audition siya.
Nung nag-audition ka, ready ka.
Hindi ako. Wala nga ako alam eh. Kaya
So,
lang.
bakit mo tinanggap? Dahil
Sabi,
tinanggap.
wala akong no choice.
May potential. And ako kasi, I like working with new blood. I mean, kasi, syempre,
Yeah.
director ako eh. Kumbaga, okay, sa matuturuan ko. Mas makikinig.
Clean slate to.
Clean slate to. Makikinig siya sa mga direction na gusto ko. So, parang, yeah. And at that time, siguro wala na rin choice.
Pinahaba-haba mo po yun. Tapos ganito, meron pa silang business
Tsaka, pogi eh.
Hindi, totoo. Kasi ano siya eh.
Sabi ng nanay niya, pogi siya.
Actually, may dating yung buong banda eh. Di ba? Okay. So, tapos ano nangyari?
Tapos, nag-set ng practice, dadaanan namin yung original na basis.
Tapos,
Kaso, hindi siya sumama.
Hindi siya sumipot. Ang hirap
Kasi,
hanapin.
siguro, iniisip niya, di naman drummer yung kasama niyo eh. Paano mangyayari dyan? Parang ganun.
so basically, hindi kayo pinackage deal pala ni Clem?
Hindi.
All the while, akala ko package deal.
So, nung wala na kaming bassista, sabi ko, tawagin natin yung utol ko, yun na lang, siya ang magbibigis.
Na nagtatrabaho sa factory.
Yun, gaya na umpisa.
So, nung sinabi ni Ace sa'yo na, tara magbabanda tayo, anong reaction mo?
Hindi, kumbaga kasi,
Jam lang naman eh.
jam lang.
Jamming lang.
Wala pa kaming usapan na
Wala, hindi ako kasama totally sa usapan.
Wala pa rin naman ako eh, kasi jam lang.
Jam, parang mabuhay.
First jam pa lang. Sabi ko, grabe. Tapos, yun nga, nangyari yung mga jamming. Sa bahay pa ni Makoyan, sa garahe. Kaya lang, binabalibag kami ng bato doon. Kaya, maririnig mo talaga.
Bang!
Doon namin dinajam yung mga songs in the first album.
First album, yun. Tapos, nagkano kami, cover kami ng New Wave.
Yeah.
Para mabuhay kami.
Hindi, di pa
nga nagigig.
Di pa kami gumigig sa Manila nun.
Plano pa lang namin mano sa Manila.
Basta practice lang kami ng practice ng time na yun. Tapos yun nga, ini-inject yung originals. Kasi magkatunog yung New Wave sa, di ba?
Yeah.
Tsaka masarap ng araw kasi wala kang distractions eh.
Yup.
Walang mobile phones,
Wala.
walang internet.
Wala.
Gitara lang talaga. Lagi lang kami nagkikita, practice.
Ang sarap ng weekends pag gano'n, tugtog lang buong araw. No?
Yes.
Ganun lang yung nangyari sa amin. Walang...
Tapos gig. Naghahanap kami ng gig kahit may bayad or wala.
Basta masalang lang.
So anong feeling? I'll jump nung ni-record niyo yung first album na wala si McCoy, did it feel different?
Parang hindi din. Parang wala. Parang ganun din eh.
May difference in a sense na nabura siya sa album.
May saka mas revive yung banda. Kasi nung first album, wala naman talaga ako alam eh.
Oh.
Kaya kahit paano yung mga natutunan ko as yung mga past, yung experience.
Nailagay mo na.
Tama ko na yung mga
Mas malinis na siya. Wala na yung Bulacan accent. Di masyado ng evident.
Sample.
Nagkikringe ako dun eh. Diba? Tagalog tapos may accent. Kailang kita. Di ba? Nagkikringe ako dun. Kaya isa sa reason bakit I want to re-record it eh. So, to incorporate my real singing voice.
Saka ang pangit ng tunog natin dun.
Yeah. Hindi naman, at that time, it was good.
It was good.
Pero syempre, the times are changing.
Yeah.
Parang sa di ba? Angie Rusul yun eh. Angie Rusul yun. Real tape yun eh. Kaya lang yung reel namin, gamit na, nagtitipid.
Angie pa rin ba yung re-recording?
Hindi. Ano na to? Jonathan Ong na.
Okay.
So yun. And, yeah. And,
budget 10,000.
Sa unang album? Malamang binura na rin yung nasa...
Wala na, burado na.
Kilala mo siguro to.
Sino?
Producer. Si Bumos eh.
Oo naman. Violent Playground. Yeah.
Produce.
Hindi naman 10. 30 naman.
30 ba?
Oo, 30.
10 lang eh.
30,000 yun. Buong
Si
album
Boom.
na binenta niya kay Toti. And because of us, binuo ni Toti yung Terno Recordings.
Galing,
Wala pang Terno
Kaya lahat
noon.
ng tao na yung grateful kami sa kanila.
Yeah.
Everything really happens for a reason. And you, Bunso, having the front seat, anong feeling?
Being with them? Well, ano ba?
Beware.
Then learning experience kasi I didn't know anything about music. Ang alam ko lang, tugtog ng tugtog. Yun ang alam ko. Pero when I joined ONL, parang I learned about the business side of it na rin. Na parang, ay, ganun pala yun. Like licensing, kasi nag-uusap kami lagi ni Clem about that. Tapos, yun nga. Tapos, knowing them, knowing their personality, kalog yung mga to eh. Parang akala ko, before I joined them, kabado pa ako eh. Kasi, yung traumatic experience eh. Yung mga to dati.
Yeah.
Kasi, nung araw, nung 2007 ba yun, kakalabitin ko si Ace, dire-diretso lang. Kakamustahin ko si JM, di ako papansinin. Lalo na ito. Rock Awards nun, binanggalang ako niyan. So, para sa akin, I'm gonna be with this guys. Ano kayo ugaya ng mga to? Pero when I joined them naman, parang, wow, it was parang family in that.
Kung ano nga tinuturuan, ayaw mo pa diwag.
Ikaw ba, nung sinabit mo yung biodata mo, did you expect to receive a call?
Well, yeah.
Or did you hope to receive a call?
I hope to receive a call. Pero they didn't call me after 2 weeks eh. Parang 2 weeks na nakalipas, di pa sila tumatawag.
Parang ganun.
All to find out, when they went back to my email, sa sent messages ko, nakita ko yung email. Yung number ko doon, mas may old number, hindi ko na-edit. Tapos yung in-edit ko na siya at niresend ko ulit,
Tsaka kita tinawagan.
tsaka ako tinawagan. Kaya parang, yun na yun.
I'm gonna advise Ace to musicians. Alam mo, for some reason, nakaka-relate ako sa inyong apat.
Advice namin sa mga bagong musikero.
Bagong musicians. And kaya ako sinasabi na nakaka-relate ako sa inyong apat. Nung binuo ko yung intro voice, I wanted to be the singer. Kasi hindi ako marunong kumanta, hindi ako marunong mag-gitara, hindi ako marunong mag-keyboard. Gusto ko lang magbanda.
Ako din, gusto ko kumanta kaya lang, baka mawalang trabaho si Clem. Joke!
Ako hindi talaga. So, ang ending, sinabihan ako na kailangan ko mag-drums. But pag gusto mo talaga, mangyayari, di ba? So, advice, because you're in one of the most prominent bands ng OPM, not as a guitar player, which you started out to be, but as a drummer, making an impact on new musicians. But what's your advice to them? Yung mga bagong musikero.
Ayun na siguro, yun lang, practice mo yung craft mo. Di ba? Saka tiyaga lang talaga, kailangan mo ng tiyaga. Saka yung determination mo dapat nandun, lagi. Kasi ako, hindi ko naman ito pangarap eh. Kumbaga, hindi ko naman ito gusto eh. Nangyari lang lahat eh. Pero nung nandun na, pinurso ko, saka pinag-ano ko talagang gusto ko matuto. ewan ko, kung tatandaan mo, nakita mo ako 2007. Pero pag tinitingnan ko yung sarili ko, may recorded si Livan. Pag tinitingnan ko yung sarili ko, grabe, tigas di ba? Hindi na ako ganun ngayon. Kumbaga, at least nakapag-improve na ako.
Right.
Kumbaga, madami akong natutunan sa mga taon na lumipas. So yun ang tiyaga. Tiyaga, saka practice, determination.
Tagal mo din nag-drums, 10 taon.
Oo.
Oh, no? Kasi nag-gitara Kenyo eh. Oh.
Sa Kenyo din. Nung time na yun, matigas din yung kamay ko. Parang naninibago din ako as guitarist. Kasi hindi ko alam na magiging gitarista ako. Kasi drummer ako nun di ba?
So, gitarista na naging drummer, nagkaroon ng career sa drummer.
Tapos naging...
And then second career,
Tapos eto na ulit, drummer.
Bali talaga hanggang sa
Ikaw, JM, like, when you bought the bass guitar, that was an investment eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, speak to musicians about investing in the right gear. Like ikaw, gumastos ka eh, di ba?
Kumbaga, siyempre kung halimbawa, di ba, kung anong instruments yung gusto mo talaga, pag-iipunan mo siya. Kasi, kung wala ka talagang budget, actually, yung magiging komportable ka ba
kahit hindi magandang...
Oo, kahit hindi maganda, basta komportable kang gamitin. At, kumbaga, yung tawag dito.
Mailalabas mo yung...
Kung ano kumbaga, i-express mo yung gusto mo sa instrument na hawak mo. Kaya lang kung may budget ka, syempre, bumili ka na ng talagang gusto mo. Investment kasi yan eh. Kumbaga, yung value niyan, lalo na pagka mamahalin. After 10 years, after 20 years.
So ano payo mo?
Oo.
Bumili kayo
Bumili na.
Pero seriously, what's your advice to young musicians na nagtitipid sa gamit nila?
Kung may pambili. Oo, kung may pambili ka, bilhin mo na yung talagang gusto mo. Pero kung wala talaga, kung ano yung...
Tsagain mo muna.
Oo, kahit tsagain mo.
Right.
When we talk about gear kasi, personally, it doesn't matter if it's a good one or a bad one.
Nasa gumagamit.
Nasa gumagamit
I
din
agree.
Like, si Nitoy Adriano, kahit anong gitara pahawak
Oo.
siya, nag-magic, naiiba yung tone. Naiba eh. So, it's more about being the right person for that instrument and finding the right players to play with. Diba? Using that kind of instrument. Diba? So, I think it's more of you using the gear than vice versa. Pero, of course, siyempre, who are we kidding? The better the gear. Diba? The better the output.
Ako iniisip ko, the better the gear, the greater the commitment.
Yeah.
Doon ko nakikita yun eh.
Diba? Gumastos ka, malaki pera to, kailangan. Talagang ko na maayos to.
Pwede nakatambak lang.
Oo.
Exactly.
Kasi pag bumura lang, bukas ka na nga. Di ba parang... Ikaw naman, Jared. Yan.
Anong...
Mahal ang gear niyan.
Hindi.
You're very blessed eh. Di ba? Pero, you could have ignored it eh. Pwedeng hanggang ngayon, nasa Accenture ka or nasa
Tama. Same call center, Accenture.
There you go. See? Pero you changed the rest of your history, your family history. Advice sa mga taong on the fence na very hindi sila proactive sa buhay nila. Kasi yun ang nakikita ko sa'yo, you were very proactive with your life and eventually music found you.
Yeah.
Advice.
Well, hirap kasi. Parang Miss Universe magtanong si Fred para.
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe to.
Sabi mo, can I call a friend?
Ano yung asawa ko? Ma'am, asawa ko magaling sa kanya.
Pero in fairness, at least custom made sa inyo yung mga tanong ko ha.
Oo nga. Ang galing nga eh. Basta, you just, kung anong passion mo talaga, what's in your heart talaga, if you want to do something, what really makes you happy, just do it. If an opportunity comes in or if an opportunity arises na for you, na alam mo na mag-grow ka, grab mo yun.
There you go. It's the opportunity. Keep your eyes open when an opportunity knocks. That's it. Kasi it's hard to find to be a member of a band.
True.
It's hard to find the right bandmates. So, lalo na kung nasa backline ka. 'Di ba?
Isipin mo, pwede naman niya hindi pansinin yung kaibigan niya sa Canada eh.
Pwede, oh.
Yeah.
Kasi may buhay na siya eh.
Oo, di ba? Pwede naman eh.
So, I guess Jared is really lucky na...
Ikaw ba na hanggang grateful ka sa kaibigan mong taga-Canada?
Yes, I am very grateful. Kaya every time...
Bigyan mo na shoutout.
Yeah, to Ray Nahe from Tagasang Bisera.
Nakalimutan. Sorry, Ray. Sorry, pre. Kinalimutan ka lang. Sabi mo pa tinanong.
Tagasang ba si Ray? At saka, advice ko sa mga... Like, same question. Advice ko sa mga musicians, number one is, when you're getting up there talaga, you have to be humble. Humility talaga. That's what my mom told me. You're already there na. Sabi sa akin. Just know where you came from and, both feet on the ground.
Huwag kang magbabago, Jared, ha?
Hindi. Mahal ko kayo eh.
Meron pa?
Ano?
Sa'yo mo, thank you. Thank you, mama.
Thank you,
For
Ma.
the keyboards.
For the keyboards. For my gear. For the love and support and for the piano lessons.
Diba? Pero diba, Clem, ikaw sinabi mo kanina, tuition fee mo, ONL, pinagbayaran mo rin lahat ng...
Yeah. Oh, I from scratch. As in, balik uli ako sa grassroots eh. Balik uli ako sa zero eh.
How important is it for a musician now to know everything about the music business except, not only performing, pero yung alam natin dalawa, yung alam nating lima.
How important? Very, very important. I mean, that's a must right now. You have no excuse not to learn the music business because andyan na lahat yan online.
Internet.
Diba? You just have to find the right mentors. You have no excuse. Even sa Lily Stars, when I tell my artists, even before I sign them, kailangan meron kayong band agreement. Na before you talk about your honeymoon, you have to plan the divorce para wala kayong problem in the future. So, everything is black and white. So, yun. Isa palang aspect yun. And pinagdaanan ko kasi yung pitfalls. So, mahirap din ituro yan sa mga hindi pa na-experience. It's hard for them to understand the whole music business concept. So, kailangan unti-unti rin eh. And ako kasi, dinaanan ko siya na through experience. Diba? Like yung itong disbandment, dissolution ng band, yung distribution, that we signed a bad deal in the past, like 5%.
Yeah. Ooh.
Diba? So, yun, natutunan ko yan along the way and I understand. But I have to accept it and then do better. So, ganun. Ganun ang nangyari.
Are you more excited now with Orange and Lemons as opposed to first incarnation ng banda?
Well, I'm always excited naman eh. Especially we have a good relationship. We are more collaborative. Lalo na ngayon, may studio na kami of our own. And we want to do as much as possible. Every year sana may album. Until we die. So, ganun. Aside from my other projects, so ganun ang gusto namin na we want to continue performing. I even encouraging them to write na rin. To write songs. So si Ace nakapag-contribute ng 2 songs sa La Bulaqueña album.
Uy!
Yeah, yung Hele para kay Estela tsaka yung Hindi Ko Sukat Akalain. It was really good.
Teka, puro Tagalog lahat to?
Yeah. The last album was all Tagalog kasi.
Bulacan talaga. Tagalog.
Talagang kasi lahat ng albums ng Orange and Lemons, 2 lang lagi Tagalog.
Right.
So first time namin mag-release ng all Tagalog.
Tagalog na Bulacan dialect. Ganun.
Makata. Okay. Poetry. Yeah, may ano pa doon, may Tula ni Rizal, ginawa namin kanta. May kundiman doon ni Canor Abelardo. So may tema kami. May tema ka lagi. Kada album namin may tema eh. We work on parang thematic. We work on that way. Ako especially. Kaya mas gusto ko yung album making than single. Diba? Mas nakakapag mas nailalabas namin yung creativity. Yeah. So
will we see more of you guys here in the States?
Definitely. Gawa muna kami ng album uli. And whatever we experience here, na parang nagtugtog baksyon kami, diba? We will treasure that and do better in the next one.
So sa inyong 4, ikaw na lang ang single?
Yeah, pero it won't be long.
Yun na.
It won't be long.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It won't be long.
Orange and Lemons, Ace, JM, Jared, and Clem.
Thank you, Papa.
Orange and Lemons. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Orange and Lemons, Lily Star Records also. And guys, support OPM. Thank you. Of course, Levante Guzman from Happy Box. Janet, thank you. Thank you sa inyo lahat.